Hi everybody, I'm making this video for Mike. I said I would give him some tips for color grading, how I do in my videos. So I've loaded up the video of the band, and as you can see here, the whites are not really whites, the sky is blown, there's no contrast or anything. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our color grading page, and we're going to find a good spot in the video where I'd like to see the people's face. I think this is pretty good here. And as you can see here, there's only one node. If you want to add more nodes, just press Alt-S on the computer. The first thing we're going to do, I'm going to work only in one node just to make it fast for you, Mike. But usually I will separate everything, like my white balance, my contrast and everything, because when you do a big project, it's easier to find what you did right and what you did wrong and go correct. But because this is a fast tutorial, we're just going to use the first node here. So the first thing we're going to do is balance our whites. We know that this is supposed to be white, technically speaking. You see what changed here is the temperature and the tint, and we're going to remember that for later because we're going to have to come back to it at one point. And as you can see here, I have my parade, and we're going to try to come here in the lift because the white is like blown. So we're going to bring it down. So you, sorry, that's the low color. We want to stay on that line, and here is the gain. The gain is what's going to control, you see in the parade here. Don't worry about the if the image is dark, because we're going to play with the image quite a bit here. So we bring it down. I like to stay on that line here, the same here. We're going to destroy everything after. So once that is done, we're going to go to contrast, and usually I would use like a second node here, and but I was just going to stay in the first one for this demonstration. And then we're going to go into the contrast, and we're going to find a place where it's nice. You see here, it's a little bit too pale, and we don't want to crush the parade too much here, because we're going to go. The next step would be to go into another node that I would entitle saturation, and then we're going to go and crush. I think about 90. We're going to crush the image. As you can see here, of course, there's too much red. I like the grass color here. And you see the sky separated itself from the rest of the people in the picture here. Like I said, maybe there's a little bit too much red here, so we're going to go into our curves here. We have qualifiers, we have curves, we have many things here. Again, I would use another note. This will be sharpness. Radius here is sharpness, and if we bring it down 1, 2 here, you can see in the image. I'll show you into another image here. Give me a second. This is my full screen here. This is like full screen here, and you can see the sky is separated from the whites here. Don't worry about the yellow sky. This is not a color correct screen. It's just to give you an example in full screen of what happened here. I'm just going to go back to here. So like I said before, we did the sharpness. Now usually I would use another node to go and fix the red. There's too much red in this picture, of course. So in the S-curve, just grab a point in the middle here and bring it down and try to find like a normalcy. Boom, too much red. And I look at the legs and the face of the people. Mind you, I have another screen that I'm looking at, so it's easier for me because that screen is small. That's why, sorry, the screen's on top here. I use 3 screens to do this. So we're going to try to find like where the skin tone, whoops, that's too much, where the skin tone is not too red here. This is just preliminary, so don't worry about this. After that, I would use another node, and we're going to go into the third dot here, where we have our shadows and highlights again. And we're going to try to find a point where I'm going to bring the shadows down. See, if I go too much, then we lose all the sharpness. If I go on the other side, we have no more contrast. So we're going to try to find like a nice place where we're going to try to separate the legs from the grass, if you know what I mean. Like that's way too much, and that's way too blend. So, and if we're still looking at our parade, and we're going to try to find a good spot here. I think here is pretty good. And you see our parade here, we crushed it again. It's a little bit too much color, but don't worry because we're gonna fix that as well. So that was good. And then the highlight, as you can see, the sky is a little bit too, I would use another note for this as well. We're just gonna try to find a good place here. You see here, the sky has just disappeared, the contrast is gone. And then we're gonna try to separate it again from the people in the background. And then again, I crushed my gain here. What we can do is come back here and then we can play again with the lift. Lift is our darks, right? You see the parades going up, but I want to keep it low. I don't mind crushing the image. For me, it works. And the gain here, you see the sky is blown. So then we're going to try to control the sky. You see our blues are back, blues, and then we crushed oversaturated. So the gain here, I'm going to try to keep it like at a good spot here. I think that looks pretty darn good if you ask me. And what we could do as well is if you think the t-shirts are too blue, not white enough, even though the people there are wet, so of course the t-shirt is not really white anymore, you know, there's skin color in it, and the blue is bleeding from the logo there. So what we can do here is go into temperature. Remember I told you, check your temperature, and then we can go play with that. If we see now too yellow, and now we're gonna go too blue, and you can find a place where your t-shirt is white, again, too yellow, too blue, and let's find a good place here. I think this is a pretty good place here. We didn't change that much, but just a little bit. And now, if we want to crush the image a little bit more, we can go back into color boost here. See if I boost, bam! But see what happened here, right? Everything got separated. The legs is separated, everything separated is way too much, of course. It's just an example. See, that's not enough. I think this is pretty done. Look at the sky is changing as well. Remember when I told you your sky is bleeding into your picture? Yeah, I think somewhere here is pretty darn good. And we can go check with our sharpness if we don't like the, see, oh, no more. Again, 50 was normal, 47, 44. I think 44 was the good place to be. And now we can compare with the little button here. You can compare your image from before, which was pretty just white, like it's not graded. And now here we are on this. So how about we just go back here. I'm just gonna kill the sound of that thing here. Sorry. Here. Oh, sorry. There you go. All right, we're good. Yeah, we have no more sound. All right, so we're back here. And let me go. I'll put you into my other screen here. This would be my my big monitor. And as you can see here, our colors are popping. It's quite nice. If I take off the, see, that's without the color grading. It's pretty fade. You see the sky without the color grading, your sky, there's nothing in it. If you put back the color grading, you see you got the blues in the sky, and of course it's a grade A, so it's not the best for light. And you see your rain, you can see your rain now way better than before as well. It's not like a blur. That's because we added the sharpness. You can see the detail of the light. I'm quite happy with this. Of course, it's just an example. It's a matter of taste as well, and artistic point of view. I think it looks fantastic. Yeah, looks great. You're gonna see there's some rain in your camera at one point, like right now, and you don't really see it anymore because we color boosted and sharpened your image as well. So there you go. Here, what's going to happen, of course, the light is going to change. Your camera was on auto white, so it's a little bit difficult to, I would have to make a cut in the video. Let me go back to my screen. I would have to go back here and probably like make a cut here. I think we're losing the light. Yeah, I would have to make a cut here and then copy the nodes and then regrade them to have a better, like here. Your camera is full of water as well. The sky is quite beautiful. Here, this is before we color corrected, and look at your sky here. You can see all the detail in the sky, the yellow, the green. Look in the back here, it's very beautiful actually. So I didn't regrade. I'm not going to regrade your sky for now because it's hard work. I think the most important was to separate your subject from the background, and I think we achieved that here. Wow, the sky is beautiful here too. I think we achieved that here. So you see here at the beginning, the legs, all right, let me find, you see here your legs are very separated from the grass, and the heads here are very separated as well from the sky as well, and the trees in the background here. So I think we did pretty good here. Let me go back into the color corrected page. Yeah, I think, you know, it's a start. I just wanted to show you that it's not, Resolve looks very complicated, but actually, if you do everything step by step, right, you're probably going to rewatch this video a few times, and if you take everything and you do it like nodes by nodes by nodes by nodes, at one point you're going to get used to it, and it's going to be easy for you to do that. And the same here, we could grab a still here. Where is the still? Playback view. We could grab a still and then export it. I'm not going to do that because there's no need for it. So I'm going to render only the first part of the video because your video, oh wait, I forgot, the sound of your thing here is kind of here. I went to the wrong place. The sound is kind of terrible, so we're going to fix your sound here. You see I went into the music notes here. I'm just going to add an equalizer on top of it here. Let's listen to what's going on. Put back some sound. Bass, so we can hear the drums. There we go. Maybe. There you go. Brush it. Let's stain the yellow. There you go. There you go. Okay, we got it. Yeah. Sounds a lot better than before. Here. It's a little trick for you. Still peaking a little bit. All right, so that was that. It's quite simple. I'm gonna render this. The video is gonna be shorter. I'm not gonna do the entire video because it's too long. 4K, it's just gonna take too long for me. So check it out. We're just gonna close this. I'm gonna go back into our color grading. Just gonna make sure. By the way, if you want to save, just Control S, right? Here, Control S, and that way. I save every time I do a node. I save because who knows, especially if you're going to do 8K, maybe your system is going to be a little bit bogged down. It might crash sometimes. And you could play with filters as well, but I never play with filters. I just, like I said, you know, I take a lot longer to do this video than this, but it's just to give you a base to start for your editing. So, all right, buddy, I'll catch you later. See you. Let me know what you think.